What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This is Eric, and today we're starting a Saw movie review series, one of my favorite horror franchises, especially more relatively modern franchise. Absolutely love these movies. Most of them, we're going to get into that, but we are preparing for the new film, Spiral from the Book of Saw, coming out next month, and so I want to review all of the Saw films as we prepare for that film. And it starts with the original 2004 version, Saw, obsessed with teaching his victims the value of life. A deranged, sadistic serial killer abducts the morally wayward. Once captured, they must face impossible choices in a horrific game of survival. The victims must fight to win their lives back or die trying. And two of these victims are locked in a creepy bathroom-like cell, and they have to figure out what's going on before time runs out. And that's what this film basically is about. The first time I saw Saw was not at theaters. Didn't know it was out, didn't know about it. Just happened to see it while I was in the Army. I was on the Army softball team in Seoul, Korea at a hotel, and it just happened to be late at night getting ready for bed. I was walking through this common area where there was a TV. A couple of guys were sitting there watching. And it was that film, and it was early on in the movie, and there was a scene where, you know, they're both there talking or whatever, and it's creepy as hell, and it's interesting, and it just got me hooked, and I started watching a little bit. Didn't plan to watch the whole movie. Before I knew it, I had watched the whole movie, and I didn't have any regrets about the lost sleep that night, because this movie was absolutely amazing. I was absolutely just blown away by Saw.
I'm sick of people who don't appreciate their blessings. I've given you a life purpose.
Looks like our friend Jigsaw likes to book himself front row seats to his own sick games.
He doesn't want us to cut through our chains. He wants us to cut through our feet.
And starting with the things I loved about it, which are going to be quite a few. Like I said, just the overall concept, the overall vibe of the film, just grabs your attention. When you see those two guys, when you see what this guy Jigsaw is doing, how he is supposedly making people kill themselves or making a choice, live or die. Make your choice. The creepiness of the voice and the way that they have to play the little tape, and he tells them the situation. This is kind of a staple throughout the franchise. It's what keeps it going, setting these intricate, you know, how the creativity to come up with different things. Even in this original film, there are very creative traps and very creative ways of making people make this choice. And, you know, what they did in life to get into this situation. Usually there's something, they didn't appreciate life in some way, and Jigsaw was able to, you know, pick out the people that he wanted to appreciate life more or whatever. Now, obviously, some of these traps are pretty much unwinnable, which could be I mean, you can use that to criticize the movie. I use that to not criticize the movie, but it's just a character flaw. This guy really is a sick F, in my opinion, who wants to kill people, obviously, because most of these people are not going to survive. Some of them absolutely cannot survive these traps. The big guy was, you know, trapped in that, you know, place with all of the barbed wire and everything. And, you know, he said, if you want to die because you attempted suicide, just stay right there. If you want to get out, you got to get through all this, which of course there was no way. He tried to get out, and there was, you know, stomach acid on the ground. Like, he had no chance. He was going to die, period. So I look at Jigsaw as just a sick, sadistic killer, but his way of killing actually, at times at least, gives his victims a chance to survive. Can they survive? Possibly. Can they get out of this? And that's what makes it interesting. But just the overall vibe, the editing, the music, this thing is just a creepy, creepy film. And you do get, really, to me anyway, you get interested in what's going on, trying to connect the dots. As, you know, what are these two guys? How are they connected? Why are they in here together? We find all that out eventually, but you don't know at first, but you feel like there's something. The movie does some flashbacks, kind of gives you information just as you need it to be able to follow along, trying to figure out what's going on. Who is the killer here? You know, is this going to be somebody that they know? All these questions are on my mind, and they really do get engaged. And you kind of start to care about the characters a little bit, you know, especially the doctor. You see a little bit of his backstory. You see that he's a flawed individual, but he's got a family. He's got a daughter, and they're caught up in this as well. And it's all pretty damn intense. But I love this first film. You don't know who the killer is. You don't know what's going on. And I love how when the film starts to, you know, you think it's starting to wrap up. You think it's getting to the third act. You find out that this guy, Zepp, a guy that worked in the hospital with the doctor, he's the killer, right? It looks like they're starting to reveal that. Okay, obviously it's him. Zepp is the guy. Okay, and then as the film starts to wrap up and you feel like Zepp is the guy, okay, He's a little underwhelming as a villain, kind of. He's not the toughest looking guy and everything. He gets in a little, the doctor's wife's able to, get the gun from him and he gets it back. He don't really like the guy. Not that you're supposed to like a killer, but you don't really like the guy. It's fine. Still an awesome movie, right? Oh, that's not the killer. Because after, he is taken out in that bathroom and then the guy picks up the tape, plays it, and it says, the same voice, the Jigsaw voice here. And of course, the dead body that's lying in the middle of the two guys in that room stands up. Chills right there every time. Oh my freaking goodness. I was absolutely blown away. That is a villain right there. That is the killer right there. That is the dude that is going to carry this franchise for a long time to come. At least I felt that way right there. We're going to talk a lot about that and, his presence throughout the franchise as we get to those. But just on this movie, just the way that it ends, absolutely breathtaking, absolutely thrilling. This is a horror film right here, and it's got the gore. It's got self-inflicted gore, having to saw through his leg to get out of there. That scene was just like, oh my God. Oh my gosh, it was just even crazier. And I thought that Cary Elwes, my opinion, I know there's different opinions out there. I thought he was good. I thought that film was great when he was doing that. And also the other actor who was also the filmmaker here, Leigh Whannell. Leigh Whannell was the other guy that Cary Elwes was the doctor. Leigh Whannell going over there. Oh my God, no! Oh my God, no! Stop!
No! Oh my God! Lawrence! Oh, what are you doing?
I can't describe the emotions when you're watching it. It's just like, oh my God, you're grabbing everything, like grabbing my face like this, and just like, wow, that movie. And then, yeah, the way it ends and everything. We don't know yet what's to come of Lawrence the Doctor until a later entry in the franchise. But this one right here, just a complete bomb, amazing horror film in my opinion. And there's really not a lot of negatives to speak of. I will say a few things you can say. I did mention, some of the traps are unwinnable. This guy, to me, is just a killer. You can differ in opinion on that, but a lot of his victims he gives no opportunity to. And there's also some questions like, what was the mission for Leigh Whannell's character? What exactly, what was his deal here? What was he supposed to do? Because it never was really clear what he was supposed to do. Cut through his leg as well, maybe. I mean, he had a saw for himself, but really wasn't clear his mission, whereas the doctor's mission was clear. So there's some things like that. So just kind of some question marks, throughout. And there's also just a scene here or there, a line of dialogue here or there to progress the story where I'm like, that felt a little out of character. That didn't seem like he would say that, but he had to say that to figure something out or to prolong the movie, to keep the movie going. And there's going to be some issues in some later installments where, like, okay, everything had to work perfect for this to work, and that's very, very unlikely. 1 in a million, and it happened to everything go exactly how it was planned. This one is not that bad. This one, things could have gone, and sometimes there's backup plans if this doesn't work, this will work, and some things didn't go exactly as Jigsaw would have planned. Like, I'm sure that he planned for the doctor to find that picture of his family. There's that note on the back to give a little clue, but it ended up that the other guy saw it. So it ended up that he didn't get it because he happened to throw him his wallet. So little weird things happened. Things didn't go exactly maybe as Jigsaw hoped, but still his plan overall worked exactly as he hoped. And that's why I think he's a sadistic killer, crazy mother effer. But damn, it made for an amazing film. I thought they knocked it out of the park with this one. Saw is great. Like I said, just very small little nitpicks, a few lines of dialogue I wasn't crazy about, but other than that, man, what an amazing, amazing film. I was blown away. Saw is freaking awesome. And that is pretty much my thoughts on this original film. I was just hooked to the TV when I saw it, and I definitely was, what was this film? What was this film called? Saw. Oh my gosh. Danny Glover is in it as well. Danny Glover was fantastic. And, just amazing scenes. Some of his acting, some of what he did was just great as a cop whose partner gets taken down. And again, by the way, and he's getting his throat slashed. So by Jigsaw. So Jigsaw he's not a great guy, but he's on this mission. He's selfishly on this mission and what he's going to do. and people are going to die, and there will be blood. Yes, there will, and there was in this film. This film is a great one, freaking awesome. Make sure to own this baby if you don't already. Check it out, and yeah, we'll look forward to the rest of the reviews. Saw 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 25, all of them, all the way. Saw 3D and so on until we get to Spiral. So make sure if you're a fan of horror film to hit that subscribe button, or film in general. We do all movies right here at Eric's house. More reviews to come. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you for your support. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe button. We will talk to you later.